think brands are just now starting to realize the different ways that they can work with creators. I think, originally it was just amplify my hashtag or, put my product in your video. And now, as you guys have been very progressive, thinking about them as content strategists and as creators, as producers, is the same way you would look at other agencies.
Really three buckets of ways that creators really engage with brands to produce content. Number one, more of the scalable integrations, more of the shout-out type of examples. Then we think about more of the one-off type of videos. And these are really important to brands, and I think finding the right talent is very critical to those types of executions. So the third one is more of the integrated approach. So this is when you're going to be working with multiple creators and across multiple platforms. So these tend to be much, much bigger campaigns. And we really advise brands to be working with experts in the field to produce those types of executions.
One of our favorite brands we got to work with was the Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, because they let us actually make a whole bunch of crazy 5-second films. And that really spoke to our personality. And the fans really responded to, because it was in our wheelhouse and our absurd sense of humor.
A hummingbird! Check out this slow-mo.
Ah, lift it up. Gotta taste the red juice.
They let us do it in our 5-second format, in our weekly format, in a way that our fans could engage with it just like it was our other content. Maybe by day 3, they were like, oh, this is all about this phone and how fast this processor is.
But they were fine with it because it was funny, and that's crucial. Our fans will accept anything as long as it's funny. This was filmed on the camera with the Qualcomm processor.
Right, so it looks good for them, and it looks good for us, and our fans loved it. So.
Yeah, and it's like, this is how great this video can look if you use this product. So it was a win-win for everybody. It was a lot of fun.
So Star Wars was an opportunity that the Coffee Mate brand was launching. Coffee Mate's a brand that's relevant to an older audience, and we're trying to modernize ourselves. And Gabe and his agency were able to help us find relevant influencers that helped us reach that younger audience.
For us, it was really about finding people who already lived, breathed Star Wars, right? And who already had coffee as part of their normal storytelling. Justine got to talk about the flavors, got to talk about the packaging, and from there it was really giving them creative freedom.
Qualcomm was very helpful in communications because they told us exactly what they wanted. And there was very little that they said that they didn't want, which was also fun. They wanted us to show that the processor was fast, it could multitask, it could do all these great things, and that was just, they just let us have free reign. They just wanted those points to be made across. And it helped with us because we're 5-second films. We shoot fast stuff. It's fast content. And that worked very well with what they were trying to sell.
A great brief, in my opinion, has really clear objectives. What are we trying to accomplish for this brand from an objective, from a business objective perspective and from a communications objective? I think our creators can glom on to success a lot more quickly when we as a brand can define what success looks like.
I think when we met with the agency and they gave us a very clear outline for what the goals of the brand were and what the mission was and what they were hoping to get out of this campaign, it really enabled us to think very creatively and sort of in a 360-degree world about not only the content we were making, but also our marketing plan for it and beyond. So where it was going to live, how it was going to be distributed, what that day of launch was going to be like, how we were going to include other YouTube influencers and friends to make sure that it wasn't just something that was, maybe a video consumed on one day and then forgotten about, but actually more of a campaign that had a longer tail.
When we receive a brief from an advertiser or the ad community, it's really important that they're identifying not only who the demographics are of the audience that they're trying to hit, but really what the passion points are. What are those core competencies or affinities that they're looking to tap into by aligning with creators in our network and the fan bases that they've built up?
So some specific guidelines that will help me as a creator, complete the project with creative freedom, but at the same time with your idea in mind, is basically reference videos for me. Whenever you ask for a certain video, a certain style, if you say something like, I want it to make it look like a Nike video, and then there's a bunch of Nike videos out there. So give me some reference videos, give me something. A guideline to me for a creator is better when it's visual.
It's very important to us to understand what success looks like, because if it's views on YouTube, it's one thing. If it's shareability across multi-platforms, it's another way of working or another way of creating the content. And then we try to design the content to fit.
Thanks so much for checking out our lesson on different ways brands can work with creators. If you want to check out more of What's Up Moms, click up here. For more of this series, click right down there. Thanks for watching.